Hey gamers, this is Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire, and I'm just showing you the first few minutes of Wytchwood and then talking about my experience of playing it. I will say, this is not a game that I finished. I really did not end up enjoying it, but I'm going to talk to you about why, because as you can see, it's super charming. It's a very cute game. There's an evil goat that shows up. I don't know if it's evil. We've made some sort of deal with it. But clearly, we have a goat. We're going to be a smart aleck to the goat. And it's a wicked little goat. Very cute. We have chicken feet, which I appreciate deeply. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to look around for our grimoire. And this is just a little intro sequence. It's very simple, very basic. There's not a lot of pressure here. You can just kind of poke around. Ah, there's a grimoire. So, here's the thing about this game. It says your grimoire contains all of your craftable recipes. And here's where I ran into problems with my enjoyment of Wytchwood. So let's have a look. There's a lot to make in here. So you have a grimoire with lots of spells and like ingredients. You have an inventory of what you've got. Of course, there's a map. It's not very big yet, but it will be. And a journal describing all of our little quests. So we're going to come over here and just look at this grimoire really quick. There's not a ton to do yet. All our recipes are missing because the goats ate everything. We also need our belt because that's what we use to carry like little items in the game. So she gives us a hint. She's left it in the trunk. We can just come over here and click it. Aha! A braided belt. So it's going to have some other things we can put in it so we can get these little nuts, some twine, and a seeker vine. Close it out. Alright, it'll lead us through what to do next. Apparently we were napping for a very long time, by the way. So again, we're going to get our first crafting recipe. So, at least I still have the recipe for my mending poultice. So now we can collect ingredients to craft a mending poultice. So let's open our grimoire. We have a need for a couple of these green things and a couple of forest herbs and hag shrooms. So we know, okay, forest and swamp is where they're kept, but we're just going to go outside. Oh, hang on. Here we go. In this case, it's easy because there's like the items that we need right here in our room. So we can grab them. Yay. And then we're going to open up. We're going to craft a mending poultice. It'll appear in our belt. Now we can take it. But we're sassy, as you can see, and I appreciate that. So we can hear some goat noises. We're going to find that goat. So we can open our map tab to get a look at our surroundings. It's not a big fancy map just yet, and that's fine. I do take offense to being called a hag. I think we're very cute, actually. So as you go around, basically what you're going to find is lots of little items. So here, some shears will cut these cleanly. So we're going to need to get some shears, and that's going to be something we need to figure out how to do in the game. If you come here, you can just pick up any of these little craftable items. These little ingredients, rather. And you just kind of run around and you can collect all kinds of different stuff. I played this on the Steam Deck the first time, but I'm showing you on my computer, which is why I'm so clumsy. But you basically go around, you collect stuff. And let's talk to this goat. Get a sense of what's going on. Alright, so the goat is gross, but it actually is sentient and able to talk to us. And here we go. It's a goat that we don't remember, but he remembers us, and he's not really a goat at all. He's something else. And this is sort of like the foundation of our journey. He's mad at us because we don't remember him. And so, story-wise, there's actually something sort of charming about it. We've basically made a deal with this goat, and we don't exactly remember what we promised him, and we're gonna have to like make good throughout the game. So the goat is gonna go down and do the contract details. I'm gonna let you do that if you decide to play this game. But we'll do one more crafting thing because that's basically all this is. So we can inspect objects. Amazing. Okay, so I know that I need an unveiling powder. And we have a goat. So we've looked at this thing. Alright, so now that we've looked, we've got these amazing senses we can look at stuff. Calling me old, very disrespectful. I know what to do with the stone. I could do a powder of unveiling. And so now something new is going to appear in my grimoire. Gotta love the sassy goat, to be real. Alright, so here's the crux of the game. By inspecting objects and creatures, you can learn new recipes to craft in your grimoire. So let's look in here. Alright, now we've got an unveiling powder. And the thing is, because I picked a bunch of stuff up as I went, I can already craft it. Boom. So now, I can, in fact, come over here, and I can use the unveiling powder. Boom. So, it's kind of cool at first. I really enjoyed the early stages of this game. I'm just letting you get the charm of it before I talk too much more. Alright, so now we're gonna have to find some shears to cut the goat's hair. Alright, so I feel like this opening sequence is actually enough to really communicate to you what the real essence of this game is. So what it is a crafting game. So you have this idea of a story, and I felt like this was presented, there's some shears, in a really cute way, where, you've got this deal with the goats, and you've got to figure out what to do. The goats come to collect, and like, it seems like there's lots of cute story stuff at stake. Your witch has a huge amount of attitude, but literally all the game is, starting with the opening sequence, is crafting. And if I had known that at the time, I would not have picked up this game. So that's the thing about Wytchwood. If you enjoy just kind of being led from one thing to the next, so as you can see in the opening sequence, you wake up, you find your grimoire. You have to make your first recipe to heal. Then you come out and you have to make the unveiling powder to get to the next stage of the game. Then you have to go pick up a tool because the goat needs you to cut its hair. And so the game is just layer on layer on layer of more crafting and more stuff that you have to do. And I got about 3 hours into this game and just quit because I could not stand it anymore. So once you leave this place, there's all kinds of locations. There's like some fields, and there's a forest, there's a swamp, and I know there's even more because I didn't even make it out of Act 1 of this. There's so much to do in this game, but all the things that you do are crafting. And it's just endless fetch quests and figuring out where to get things, and so-and-so needs this, so you have to gather these items and craft these different things. And like, the crafting requirements get more complex as you go, but in my opinion, that doesn't actually make them any more fun. It makes the game tedious. And so, truly, so we're being encouraged to snip. Snippity snip snip. Haha. So we snipped him. I do hope we nicked his ear. Rude. So now we can see this adorable goat. But again, it's just one step after another. You get some new ingredients, you craft something. Maybe you have to craft multiple things to craft a bigger thing. Maybe you need a tool to do something like snip the goat's hair, or maybe you drug a wild animal. But it's literally just this, more complicated versions of this. So I played through the opening sequence specifically so you could see if you want to do this kind of thing for hours on end. So now we're going to come and inspect the braziers, and we have to do stuff with that. Basically, if you just want to do errand after errand after errand with more complexity and more gathering in more areas, then you will probably love this game. I personally did not love it because that kind of in-game action was not for me, and I really couldn't handle this for more than 3 hours without thinking, well, I think I need to go play something else. So, if crafting is your deal and it brings you joy, this is a super cute, well-animated, sassy game that is clearly loved. But if you do not want to go collect stuff and make things for hours and hours and hours, then I would recommend that you avoid Wytchwood. So, live and learn. It's not a bad game, I guess, if you like this sort of thing. It's just really, really, really not for me. And I should have done better research going into it. So if you're watching this review, doing your own research, then I think I've given you information about what you need to decide whether this game is for you. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, and most of all, happy gaming. And be careful about deals you make with goats.